What is up, y'all? It's Josh here with another YouTube video about entrepreneurship and business ideas. And on this one, I just wanted to go over 3 reasons why I think you should avoid dropshipping as your side hustle idea in this day and age. And these 3 reasons are going to be quick and to the point. I'm going to show you examples on the computer. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Alright, like I said, we're just going to jump right into the 3 main reasons why I think dropshipping is not the type of side hustle you want to get into to have your financial freedom. Now, one of the big things that I think is the issue with dropshipping, and probably not my number one reason, but one of my number one reasons would be the shipping time. Now, I know there's ways to get around this, but I think we can all agree that the main sourcer everyone uses for dropshipping would be AliExpress. So for example, let's just type in gaming something. Gaming. Let's do gaming in general. And then if you go through here, look at all these shipping times. 29 days, 29 days, 29 days, 29, 29, 29, 29, 29, 30. It just keeps going and going and going and going and going. And even if you switch it to ships from the United States, you're still looking at 29 days, 29 days. You can click on them, and sometimes if you click on it, you'll be able to see a better shipping time, like right here, 4 to 13 days. But if you think about the competition you're dealing with, such as Amazon, no one wants to wait for shipping anymore. Everyone has that convenience of having that 2-day Prime shipping, or even if you don't have Prime, it's usually still 2 to 3 days because Amazon has warehouses everywhere. I'm afraid that unless you are a very large drop shipping company, you don't have warehouses sitting around the United States waiting to go to your customers or wherever you're starting your business at. So I think that is one of the biggest reasons why dropshipping is a slow and dying breed of entrepreneurship, which I'm not denying that there are successful dropshippers. The fact is there's been people who've made millions and millions and still make millions and millions of dollars off of dropshipping. But do you think you can compete with them and think that you can compete with Amazon and eBay and Walmart.com all offering this fast free shipping? For example, my store that I just purchased from someone to test it out right here, it's a gaming store, right? So if I go over to my gear, and I got all these different mouses that this guy found for me and keyboards and all that, these all have a shipping time of over 10 days. So I went to Amazon, and you can buy each and every one of these items, except for the bunny cat headset. But anyways, you can buy each and every one of these items on Amazon with 2-day shipping, and half the time their prices are better than what they are right here. So what I either have to do is drop my profit margins, which already aren't that big, or I just need to hope that someone would go here and buy from my store instead of buying from the biggest e-commerce store in America, in the world, actually. So that is my number one reason. Well, not my number one. I'm not going to say that again. That is one of my main reasons why I believe dropshipping is a dying breed and you should take your ideas and entrepreneurship elsewhere. Is because you can't compete with the shipping time unless you have thousands of extra dollars to hire like an actual warehouse and actually have inventory and to do it that way. And if you're dealing with inventory, there's better ways to do it. So let's move on to reason 2. Moving on to the second reason why I think dropshipping is a side hustle you should try and avoid and put your time and effort and money into different side hustles is because of the huge amount of competition. So not only are you competing with Amazon, who obviously has, billions of dollars worth of inventory and items on there, but there's also Amazon dropshippers. So a lot of the products you see on Amazon aren't actually just Amazon, it's dropshippers like people who do it through Shopify, except they're using the Amazon FBA program to fulfill their orders. So it's roughly the same thing, except you're also competing with Shopify store owners. So see, like I already showed you, this store is mine. I bought it from someone off Instagram. They made it. They found me the products. I didn't have time to do it, and I just wanted to test it out. And there is probably millions of stores out there just like this one, not gaming, but of different niches. There's probably a couple 100,000 of just gaming that I have to compete with. And the way I compete is either I have better shipping, which is hard to find a better shipping. If there's better shipping already, all the other major competitors have already found it. I have to spend more money on getting traffic, so I could maybe run $180 of ads a day instead of my competitor who runs $150, and then I would drive an extra 5 customers to me every day. Or I have to have a lower price, which then I'm just going to have a price war with my competitors, which will lead from me starting at $22 then my competitors seeing I'm at $22, them going down to $21, and it's just going to be a never-ending cycle as we cut into our profit margins. So you get what I'm getting at yet? You see where I'm going? Is that basically dropshipping it's made money for thousands of people, and you can have success with it even in this day and age. But there are bigger and better methods to doing it. In dropshipping, you have to have 10 times more work, a lot lower profit margin. You have to have the stores created, or I guess you can do what I do, which is pay someone to create the stores, because I'm not very creative. I'm not very good at finding stock images and all that. Or you have to have the lower profit margins, or you have to have one of those big breakout products. A lot of things have to fall in place for you to be successful with dropshipping. So that's going to move on to our third and final point. All right, and now that we're on the third and final reason on why I think dropshipping is not the route you should be going and that there are much better opportunities, I wanted to really quick show you exchangemarketplace.com. It's where people sell lots of Shopify stores on here, and they list them for a price, show you revenue and all that good stuff. And that's actually where my next point comes in, is that when you're doing a Shopify, unless you're doing private labeling, which isn't dropshipping anymore, then you're not building an actual brand. On my website here, this isn't my brand. These aren't my logos. This isn't my mouse. I didn't create this. That's not my logo. Neither is that. None of this. Someone else created that. So therefore, I don't own it, so it's only so valuable. So you can't, when you have a Shopify dropshipping store or an Amazon dropshipping store, you can't have a multi 6-figure, 7-figure, or even 8-figure exit. You're gonna, if you decide to sell later on, as you can see, you're not gonna be selling for a massive price. These guys right here are average revenue of 20.1K, and they have a listing price of 75,000. I mean, that's their profit is 1.1K a month. So you're making 1.1K a month profit and a listing price of 75,000. Right here, average 438 profit a month, 5,000. Average $500 profit a month, 20,000. I mean, we could just go on and on and on and on. There's really not that much room for a multi, 6-figure exit on most of these. Here we go. Here's some big ones. So, Latino Streetwear Empire, average revenue of 96.8K, average profit of 12K. They're asking 975,000. These guys, much better listed than those guys. They're asking for way too much money for that. But right here, they got 1.8 million in sales, 30,000 customers, 25,000 email lists, average profit of 32,000. They're asking for basically $500,000. So you see, your 6-figure exits are going to be far and few in between. Now, if you go on and think about it, as a better business model to dropshipping, what about creating your own brand, creating your own product, private labeling something, or whitelisting something? I mean, there's plenty of examples. You could think of Dollar Shave Club. Let's just look at what Dollar Shave Club's selling price. There we go. $1 billion. The guy who created Dollar Shave Club, which most of you should have heard of that, and if you haven't, Google it. He sold his company for $1 billion just because he made razors. I mean, do you know what $1 billion can do to someone's life? Or RX bars. I don't know if you know what RX bars are, but they're super healthy. There's like these super healthy ingredient things. $600 million. $600 million. You aren't seeing that type of selling price for, a Shopify dropshipping store. So if you're going to put as much effort as you need to into a dropshipping store, and I mean, I guess if you want to settle for 300,000, 900,000, or 459, or 174, and that's if you get to that point, then go for it. But why not go for the bigger and better option, which is creating a brand, creating brand loyalty? I mean, think about it. People don't buy Nikes because Nikes is better than, I don't know, some dropshipping store. They buy them because it's a Nike. It's a status. It's an image. It's a portrayal. It's a thought process. So if you create a thought process and create a brand or an item that can create someone's mindset, then you're going to automatically get a better return on investment than all these gurus saying that dropshipping is the way to go for you to make money. Yes, those gurus have made their 6 figures. They do make money off of it. but they also probably started years ago when it wasn't so saturated. So instead of following what all these gurus are saying, which is start dropshipping now, take my free course, do this, do that, do this. Free course is only $4,000. I mean, come on, that's bullshit. Just don't go with what everyone is saying. Do some research into it and think about starting a brand. Dropshipping is a growing market, and it will continue to grow because of all these people listening to all these gurus who don't think for a second that these gurus are getting thousands of dollars of profit every time you listen to them. But instead, think about creating a brand and creating real financial freedom instead of just following what everyone else does. Okay, just for a quick recap of what we've been going over in this video, is that I, for one, believe that dropshipping is a dying side hustle that people should stop going after, because yes, there are gurus everywhere who have said, oh yeah, this is how I made my millions, and they usually have some inspirational reel of getting into their Lamborghini or walking on the beach of some beached place like Spain or whatever. I don't know, I've never been to Spain. But yes, it does look promising, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm getting into dropshipping, I'm going to start my store in the workout niche like all the other 50,000 people who started this month. But in the end, you're going to have to deal with extreme shipping times of usually over 15 days unless you can find the perfect supplier. Keep in mind, there's not many suppliers that have those great shipping times, so it limits what items you can get. You're going to be competing with Amazon, which is I don't know if anyone's heard, they're $1 trillion company. Hard to compete with when you're dealing with your own pocket change. No offense, I have pocket change compared to them too. So you have to compete with Amazon, which why is someone going to buy your 15-day shipping time product when they can buy it from Amazon probably for cheaper with 2-day shipping or 1-day shipping for some areas. Not only that, you have to compete with the other millions of dropshippers out there, which means lower profit margins, less product selection. You're going to have to spend more on advertisements to make sure that you're actually able to keep up with whoever else you're dealing with that's selling similar items or even the same items, and still having to compete with Amazon on that. And last but not least, when you're sick and tired of the hours and hours and hours of each day that you're monitoring your store and driving traffic and making sure that your inventory is right and responding to customers and doing all that mumbo jumbo, and you're ready to sell your store, a dropshipping store does not hold much value. It's only as valuable as the profit it makes per month. It's not a brand, it doesn't have a loyalty base, it's not its own company, not its own logo, it's just a dropshipping store. You're selling someone else's product and putting it in front of other people. Therefore, you're going to have, if you're lucky, maybe a tops $2 million exit if you're one of the best stores out there. And what I recommended instead, which I'll make videos of this in the future, so make sure you smash that like button and subscribe, is that you create a brand of an actual item. Find an item that solves someone's needs, solves a pain point, create that item, private label it with your own logo, create your own business out of it. Your profit margins will be higher, your exit will be higher. I mean, we talked about Dollar Shave Club real quick, which had a $1 billion exit. I don't know if any of you heard, but $1 billion can buy you a lot of those Lamborghinis or whatever they're showing in those dropshipping videos. It can buy you multiple of those with lots left over. We talked about RX bars, which was just basically a what type of bar were they? Basically a bar that you use for working out or need energy that just had like 6 simple ingredients that you understood. The owner sold that for $600 million to Kellogg. $600 million. You won't get that with the dropshipping store. So instead of listening to what all those gurus said and buying their courses that usually cost anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 or paying them $1,000 to build your Shopify store that says, oh, I promise you it's going to convert. Well, you should think for yourself and work on building your own brand. Have those higher profit margins and larger exit. Catch you in the next one.